So welcome back. So what we're going to be looking at today is the Hire and the FNOL dashboard. So in the last session, I showed you how to impersonate a user, and we impersonated Sam Tordorf, so we can see his details in the top. So what we'd do is we'd log in and we'd see JCT 600 as a whole. So firstly, we're going to look at the Hire dashboard. So what I'm going to do first is show you by franchise. So if I click on by franchise, so the most important thing that I want to show you is you can search by dates in the top right hand corner. So by default it goes to the previous 6 months, but what you can do is change that. You can custom range it, so if you're only wanting to search within the month of August, you can select August, or you can do this month, last 3 months, for the last 12 months. It really doesn't matter. I'm just going to keep it as the previous 6 months just to give you a bit more information. So what the first table provides us is how many raw claims have been referred by each franchise compared to how many hire starts there were. So if I hover over the Aldi one, what it shows me is that Aldi have provided us with 94 raw claims, and out of that 94 claims, we've produced 76 hires. Then what I'd want to do is look to see out of them how many were accepted and how many were rejected. So what I'd then do is go to the next table, which would tell me if the claims were sat in pending, accepted or rejected. So when the claim first comes through, they would automatically sit in pending, and then they would move to either accepted, so we've set the claim to approve for hire and they're going out on hire, or rejected, where we've had to close it for a particular reason. So we can see with Aldi that we've had 76 that were accepted and approved for hire, and we've rejected 18 claims for whatever reason. When we scroll down, we've then got the conversion rates for each referrer, for each franchise. So for Aldi, it's given us a conversion rate of 80.85% in the 6 month range that we've set at the top of the screen. At the bottom here, it tells us how many performance of the hire starts each referrer have provided. So for example, Body Clinic is at the top with 29 hires, Aldi Sheffield is second with 21, and you can really scroll down to see how much each referrer has provided as well. What I'm then going to do is go back to by month. Again, you've got the date selecting, so you can select a custom range, or by default it goes to the previous 6 months. This also then provides a overview of the raw claims. So between the 1st of March to the 31st of August this year, JCT 600 have referred 337 raw claims to us. Out of them raw claims, we've provided 251 hires, and that gives us a conversion rate of 74.48%. If we then move down, we've got the first table, which again shows the hire starts versus the raw claims, but this time it's counting JCT 600 as a whole. So if I hover over March, it tells us that in March, JCT 600 provided 67 raw claims, and out of that we got 51 hires. If I then flick to the other table, it then again shows if the claims are sat in pending, accepted or rejected. The claim will automatically go straight into pending when it's first allocated, and then it will either go to accepted, approved for hire, or rejected if we've closed the claim. So in March, we've got 51 claims that have been accepted and approved for hire, and 16 that have been rejected, so they've been closed for whatever reason. Again, we've got the performance number of hire starts down below, so it gives us the top performers. So we've got Body Clinic at the top, 29, and we can really scroll through to see the list of claims of who's referred what. The last table, we've got the conversion rate of each month. So March, for example, we had 76.12%, and in August we had 79.59%, so that's actually increased. So that is the Hire dashboard. We're now going to look at the FNOL dashboard. So I'll just access that by clicking the FNOL dashboard. It's very similar to the Hire dashboard in terms of you've got your date setting at the top right hand corner. You can search them by month or franchise. So we're going to start by franchise. Okay, so the first table, what it's telling us is how many FNOL calls were put through to the FNOL team, and out of how many of them calls they could transfer them through to raw claims. So for Aldi, they put through 316 calls, and out of that, we had 91 raw claims. And it's just good that you need to remember that the calls that are put through are ultimately, they could be just an estimate only, they could be fault claims. So it's good that we've got 91 that we've been able to transfer through to into a claim. And then if I go to the next table, it tells us out of them how many claims were converted or how many claims were rejected. So the claims, when we first have them, will automatically go into pending. And what it shows is that we've converted 74 of them claims and we've rejected 8, so they've been closed for whatever reason. We've got the performance FNOL calls, so how many calls each franchise has put through. So Volkswagen Sheffield have put through 104, Mercedes-Benz of York have put through 102, and again you can scroll through to see how much each dealership or body shop have put through to us. And then the last table shows us the conversion for each company. So for Audi, it was 28.8%. For various, so for dealerships that hold various cars, it was 68.75%. For Porsche, we had 27.03%. Now what I'm going to show you is by month. So if I click back to month, you've got your date setting again. But what it's showing me that is between the 1st of March to the 31st of August this year, we had 1,226 FNOL calls. Out of them calls, we had 310 raw claims, and that gave us a conversion rate of 25.29%. That then breaks it down into monthly figures. So for March, we had 237 FNOL calls put through, and out of that, we converted 66 raw claims. If I go to the other table, it then tells me that out of them claims, 51 were accepted and converted, and 15 were rejected for whatever reason. Again, we've got the performance FNOL calls, which is the same as the companies tab, and it just gives you a breakdown of how many calls were put through by each referrer. And then we've got a conversion rate for each month. So for March, it started in 27.85%, and in May, it went to 25.33%. So this is just giving us more information in a little bit more detail, and Sam could then log in as we're impersonating, and it would provide us with some real figures for him to review. That is everything for the Hire dashboard and the FNOL dashboard. What we're going to be looking at next is the claims listing and the FNOL listing. But I hope this helps. Thanks very much.